Tell you what's changed right now. In a different field, different lane right now. Now I'm in the murk, switching lanes right now. Passive income getting paid right now. Used to roll around with sinners, bulldozers and killers. Now we focused on figures. 3-course meals for dinners. 5-star suites and villas. Now the swag hit different. Cause the bag is different.
This can't come out.
How you feel? Do you feel relaxed?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I've never done a podcast before, so...
What? That's crazy.
This is my first time.
No way.
Yeah, it's my first time.
You haven't been on your sisters?
No. Literally, I've been in the background, like, before, but...
How long has she been doing it for?
8 years.
Fucking hell, man. And that house she was at yesterday, it was hers?
No, it's my cousin.
Which cousin? That house looked fucking nice,
I know,
mate.
Literally, it's a mansion.
Oh, right.
Yeah, one of my cousins on my mum's side. She's, like... in software tech, like she's a CEO.
Oh wow!
Software. Yeah, she's been doing
hell.
it for time. Like she's worked hard to get where she is.
In fact, there's real money in fucking tech, mate.
A lot of money, and she was like telling us about like stocks and shares and stuff, and she's into that, into stocks and shares and all that. So,
well, she married?
No.
Well, so that was her by herself.
That was her by herself.
Fucking,
yeah.
And she hasn't. Has she got any desire to be married?
Yeah.
Okay.
She still wants to. She wants to be married. She wants to have kids. At the moment, she's living in that big old house on her own.
How old is she?
40s, early 40s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
I know.
There's like
Crazy.
real correlation always between the very, very successful and the ones that just don't like prioritise marriage like that. Has she been married before?
No.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, so when she does get married, it'll be like first time.
Wow, she frozen eggs.
I'm not going to talk about her like that.
Oh, no. By the way, okay, let me explain to you what happens.
Okay,
isn't it?
cool.
In fact, we haven't even started the podcast yet.
Okay,
but what
cool.
happens is, in fact, might as well fucking start now then, innit?
Okay.
In fact, do you want to do anything? You want to go bathroom? Are you cool?
No, I'm actually cool for now. Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Is there no breaks?
Oh, no, you can have breaks, isn't it? I don't really care about anything really and truly.
Okay,
I just
cool.
like the conversation.
Yeah.
So obviously this is called This Can't Come Out.
Yeah.
And the premise is we have beautiful conversations.
Yeah.
And the issue with that is we say some things that probably you wouldn't want the world to know. And for that reason, I send it to you first and foremost.
Yeah.
You watch it and then tell me everything you want me to take out, isn't it?
Okay,
and then
cool.
I take out in it.
Okay.
Sounds
straightforward.
Sweet.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll get back to all of that stuff anyway later. But yeah, how I usually like to start is how do we know each other?
So we met at a party, innit?
You see, that's interesting. But yeah, continue.
We met at a party, mutual friends party.
Which party was that from your memory?
James.
Oh shit! Yes,
JH. Yeah. JH is 30. It was his 30th. Gosh, it's so long ago now. Yeah, met there, innit?
And you know what's hilarious about that? Remember when I met you, I was like, I know you from somewhere.
Yeah,
I know you from
I knew
somewhere.
you from somewhere as well.
And you know what I found out over time? It has to be via, what was it, Garakai and Yemi. Because
Garakai and Yemi?
Yeah, because I knew Yemi went to my church when we were like young.
Okay.
And then obviously I met Garakai like online via Yemi.
Okay.
And then you were always in their pictures.
Yeah, because I'm good friends with their really good best friend.
Which one,
I
Rachel?
went to uni, Rachel.
Okay.
You know Rachel?
Well, she was in the pictures as well, innit?
Did you go Kingston?
I went Kingston for a bit. Went for a year, but I wasn't really. I don't think people wouldn't know me from there.
So I wouldn't know you from Kingston.
Maybe you would, but I wasn't really
know you
about.
From Kingston. I think I would know you from Kingston.
I wasn't really about like that. Though.
Really?
I don't think I was.
When you say you weren't about, what do you mean?
As in, literally, I went to my lectures and touched out.
Is it? So you weren't on halls and nothing?
Yeah, I wasn't on halls. Occasionally, I was inside like I was with like Ty and Brume and
Okay, that's why I thought you was from South.
Oh yeah. I'm a North London baby
When I first met you, I thought you was from South because like most of your friends are from South. No,
not
most.
friends.
I don't know who all your friends are, but
then again, I know a lot of people from South.
The guys yeah. So I assumed you was from South, but I definitely had seen your face. So when I met you at James's, it was just kind of like, oh yeah, like I know you, like you must have gone Kingston because there's a lot of Kingston people that I bump into like now that I recognise, but I don't know if I would go and say hello. Do you know what I mean? Because like I kept to my one little circle in Kingston. Do you know what I mean? My girls. So I didn't really branch out as much. Like obviously I was cool with a few people. Yeah, you know my main girls. Yeah, I think even my best friend, who I went to uni with, she does know you. Because when I told her I was coming on here, Iman. Do you know Iman?
Yeah. From her, I know from uni. Innit? Yeah,
everyone knows Iman.
I know her from uni. Yeah. And what's her face? The one that won the bio recently as well.
Roxanne.
Yeah, Roxanne as well.
Yeah.
And also, mine, I used to chill with her husband in university.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying. So, like, I've been knowing you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I remember when I was when I saw you at JH's party, I remember that was like in West somewhere, like Central
I remember
West.
they changed the locations last minute. I was like, oh God.
And I was like, I know you. And I was trying to convince you that, like, I swear I know you because, you know?
And I definitely, I knew you. So yeah, it's a small world. So we've got a lot of mutuals. Yeah, basically.
Absolutely. And also you're low-key kind of famous. Like,
oh my God, no.
What? You have how many times have you been viral in your life, you reckon?
I used to go viral because of my impressions. Yeah. Did you see that? I don't know if you ever saw them. I used to go viral because of my impressions. This was back in the day. This was like 2016, 2017. I used to bang them impressions, boy. Snapchat, I was on there, the face filters. Like I was using them face filters like there was no tomorrow. I'd go on there, just do loads of impressions. I think I was more known for like my love and hip hop and backchat.
Okay.
I used to do them impressions with them people. And those ones went
impressions
viral.
of the cast members?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah, so all those
did you get any backlash from any of them?
No, everyone thought it was funny. Literally, even the people that I was impersonating. Remember, like Ariette, I did is it Ariette? I hope I'm saying her name right.
Yeah.
Ariette, I did Lucas, I did what was his name? Matthew.
Matthew?
Did I do Matthew? DJ. He's a DJ.
I know Matthew.
You might know him. I think he's on. He's been on here before.
Yeah.
No, he tried to put me on.
What do you mean put you on?
So basically...
Put you on Backchat?
No, not on Backchat. Like, just like kind of expose my impressions.
Okay.
So what he did is like, he used to like find them so funny. He used to repost them and he used to DM me and be like, oh, like, this is so funny. And then he was like, I really want to... Because they had like a little like after thing on Backchat where they would like talk with a host or something and like just like kind of review what happened on Backchat. So he wanted to show my impressions on that platform. So he asked my permission first and I was like, yeah, go for it. And then I think they like showed it on there like once or twice or something. But yeah, like he used to love them.
Well, did it blow it up further when they did it?
Not really. I can't even remember. It's such a blur, but I just remember it coming on after like their little Backchat review show. And yeah, I can't remember what happened, but because I just used to get a lot of a different attention from it. So I'd get people DMing me.
And what vibe? Saying what?
Just like, you're so funny, you're so funny. Like, can you do more? And then sometimes I'd find it on platforms I didn't even post it on. Do you know what I mean? So then I had to kind of like trademark it.
Oh,
put my name on, not trademark it, but what's
it? Oh, like the watermark thing.
Watermark, that's it. I had to watermark them because they were just, I started to find them on random pages, like comedy pages. And then someone made their own YouTube of my...
No way, that's sick.
Yes, I used to find it everywhere, so it's a bit of a blur for me, like, but yeah, I just enjoyed it. Would you get notes
on the streets for doing
sometimes, like, I remember when I went Ghana, like 2017, someone was like, oh, are you that girl? I was like, yeah. But I wouldn't say I was famous or anything like that, but most people on social media, like, if like you're into like Backchat and all that, you would have probably seen them, or like Love and Hip Hop, you would have probably seen that.
As like I see you post shit and you get bare views for things like randomly, like random views. Like I remember I used to look actually like really enjoy them. You used to do some dances, all the time, isn't it?
This was during lockdown. I think I was doing that.
And Christmas one, was that during lockdown Christmas?
I don't know. I dance a lot on TikTok. I love dancing. Like learning dances, just doing dumb shit. Like that's just me. Like I'm just a joker like that.
Is your whole family like a bunch of entertainers? Because your brother Spider-Man went viral as well, and your mum was doing. My mum
was doing it. Yeah,
that's why they use it as a TikTok sound now as well.
Yeah, like it was a sound for a little while. A couple of people used it, but yeah, like I say, we're creatives. Yeah, we're more creative, but I think with my sister, she's blown from it more. Do you know what I mean? Because she was more passionate about it. For me and my brother, like my brother's very creative. He does his own little side hustle and all of that. But for me, it's not at the forefront. For me, it's more of like my outlet, like my just something I do for entertainment. And just to make people laugh and just, it's not really, I don't take it too seriously, but I've had loads of people saying to me, why don't you take it seriously? Why don't you do it? And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I haven't got time, especially now that I've got a baby. It's just like, it's on the back burner for now. But
you still enjoy it? I
still enjoy it. Yeah, I love like doing comedy and stuff like that. Like, love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah.
Now, I remember because when I started doing this, you're somebody I've always actually wanted on this.
Is it?
For like a long time.
Really? You should have asked me a long time ago.
What? When did I ask you? I must have asked you ages ago, no?
No, you asked me for the first time like 2 weeks ago.
No, you're having a laugh.
I swear down, yeah.
Are you? Wait, maybe I have alluded to it before. Maybe I don't know how to ask.
No, you haven't asked me because I would have come on ages ago if you had asked me.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because you're someone, because in terms of, like, seeing, obviously, like, reconnecting around, it must have been about COVID times then, because James's party.
Yeah, I think that was like 2019.
COVID. Yeah, 2019.
Like, 2019.
So end of 2019. Yeah, I was in New York before then. So end of 2019. Reconnecting. And what's her face as well? I met you with, what's her name?
Sabrina.
You and Sabrina.
I'm just saying all my friends' names.
And basically, and I remember, I was like, these are just such a lovely girls, isn't it?
Yeah,
and then basically, you came to Just a Vibe, one of my events afterwards.
I used to love your
events.
events.
You came to
two of them. Like, what do you do the next event?
Yeah. And I was like, these are lovely girls. And then, like, what I saw was the transformation of your life. Literally, like, so fast. Like, everything, 9 times out of 10, well, the most important things, or what tend to be like the highlight of somebody's life, like, it took place for you, literally, it must have been like 18 months or so. From
what do you mean?
The house, the engagement, and baby. Like, what was it? Bring me down the span.
Isn't it? Yeah. It's actually mad. Gosh. Yes, I was probably like single for probably about 3 years before I met my partner. So where do you want to hear from?
Well, hey, just talk me through just what happened.
Yeah. So from when I met you.
Yeah.
Okay. So from when I met you, I was going through like quite a horrific breakup.
Is it? What happened?
Very, very toxic person. Very, very narcissistic, toxic, evil person. Yeah. So which I broke up with him like.
And how long was that for?
2018, for about a year and a half.
Okay.
You probably know him, but I'm definitely not going to say his name.
You can say his name, I'll take it out.
No.
Say his name, I'll take it out. When you hear this, when someone goes like this...
I don't even want to draw any attention.
No, but I just want to know, innit? Forget. So.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
Yeah, I don't know a minute.
Oh, okay,
I probably would know if I see his face.
Yeah, you probably...
But anyway, cool. I'll
that group,
back in. Okay, yeah. That's just so I know which one to take out.
Okay, cool, yeah. So it was a really toxic relationship. So I broke up with him like 2018. Around August 2018 I broke up with him. So I was with him for probably about a year and a half. On and off, very toxic. It was just such a toxic person. So I was single for about...
Did you love him though?
Did I love him? Do you know what? Like, looking back, I think I thought I was in love, but I couldn't have been in love with someone like that. Because he was like, he's the reason why I actually know what the word narcissist is.
Why?
Because I didn't know what it was. I'll just give you a brief little breakdown. Okay, so I met this guy at uni, and we were kind of seeing each other at uni, but it wasn't
like official anything
serious. Like, he wanted to be with me, but I didn't want to be with him, because in uni I wanted to be single, because I've always been a relationship kind of girl. Since I was 14 I've been in relationships. So I was like, yeah, come uni now, I'm not in a relationship anymore, let me breathe. I didn't want to be with anybody, so he was like putting it on me, really wanted to be in a relationship. I was like, I can't, like, it's not for me, like, not at the moment. So we're kind of seeing each other.
By the way, you were hot property.
Oh, please.
100%.
Oh, please.
100 million %. No, I recall, because obviously... No, you were... I remember you and Rachel...
Is it?
Yeah, 100%.
I know Rachel got a lot of attention.
No. Yeah. You as well. 100%.
Oh,
I remember you lot being hot property. And we'll continue. Yeah?
Yeah, so... so he wants to be... I didn't want to be with him, so I was like, no. But we were kind of seeing each other, but it didn't go anywhere. It just fizzled out. And then he was one of them kind of guys that would appear and then disappear for time, and then you wouldn't see him. So I just kind of like... I changed my phone, changed number, didn't even... lost contact. Actually, he did me dirty, actually.
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
What?
I did. No, literally, I still do. I do now, because like, it's mad. It's just crazy. Yeah. So I hated him so much, and like, I didn't see him for a long time, because like we just lived completely different lives. Like, he was from South, I was from Essex. We would never cross paths. Like, I wasn't really out like that, and then I was also in a long-term relationship, so I didn't go out that much, basically. So I kind of just forgot about it. But then my friends would see him out every now and then, and then he would say to them, "I'll say hi to Vanessa," knowing that would piss me off. Like, he knew what he was doing. Do you know what I mean?
It worked, bro.
He would be like, "Say hi to Vanessa." So I'd be like, "That effing cunt, like, don't talk to me," kind of thing. And it was annoying because I couldn't get through to him. So anyway, that was that. And then years went by. And then I bumped into his friends at an event, and then I got drunk and was cussing him off. Yeah, and obviously, lo and behold, they went and told him. So, one of them was having a birthday party, so I went to the birthday party. I think I low-key wanted to see him because I wanted to. Part of me wanted to confront him. And
did you make sure you were looking good when you were there? Of course,
you have to.
Oh wow, okay.
Like, you have to. Do you know what I mean? So, went to the birthday party. He came, and then he was just trying to talk to me. He was just like, "Oh, I heard you talking smack about me. I heard you talking." And I was just like,
was he being smooth with it, or was it a case of was he actually being aggressive?
He wasn't being aggressive, because we were in a massive club. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, how aggressive? But he wouldn't. He's not that kind of person. He wouldn't be aggressive in public anyway. So he was just like, "I heard you talking smack about me. Like, what? Like, why?" And I was just like, "You know why?" And he was just like, "Oh, like, if it's that big, I can pay the money. It's not a big deal." And I was just like, "It's past that kind of thing." Money, man. Yeah. I know, but he gives a lot of empty promises, that guy. But he was like, "I can give it back to you, it's not a thing." He was like, "Let me take you to dinner to apologise." I was just like, no. Even though low-key I wanted it, I was just like, no. So then he like followed me like around the club, and then in the end he was like, "Can I have your number?" I was just like, no. And then he was just like, "Why?" And I think he got it from one of the friends. And then he started messaging me, and then he was like, and then we kind of had a conversation about it, and he was like, "I didn't know it affected you that much." I was just like, "Well, you kind of left me in a lot of debt. Do you know what I mean? So like, what did you expect, kind of thing?" Like, and then so then from there we just started talking again. So I felt like, okay, we're kind of rebuilding. Let's leave that in the past. Let's rebuild. Like, because I did like him. Was always attracted to him, and vice versa. So I thought, okay, I was single, he was single. So I thought, okay, just give it a try. So then
girls are silly.
I know.
Girls are so
I'm
silly.
very silly for this. So I gave it a try, and it was just one of the most toxic relationships I've ever been in.
What kept you in it?
I don't know. I think at this point I was getting to my late 20s. So I kind of felt like, and like a couple of my friends were in long-term relationships. So I felt like I needed that. Do you know what I mean?
But you're not happy though.
I know, but it's just mad because I think for women, like when you get to a certain age, when you're about to hit 30, you feel like your life's going to be over at 30. I don't know why, because I feel like
I know why, because life, everyone just puts pressure on you.
Yeah,
so
everyone.
So I understand why you don't feel like that.
Yeah, so I think that's why I was holding on to it, because I was thinking, and because he kept promising me marriage as well. Do you know what I mean? Because this guy is like the king of.
But why would you want to marry him though?
Do you know? Because I felt like in the beginning that it was just like rocky roads. Because sometimes relationships, they take a while to kind of like.
Fuck that. Me, I need what was it? You know what's that thing? The honeymoon period. I need at least a year and a half honeymoon period.
Yeah.
If I don't get a honeymoon period, then there's nothing to even let me know that this can even be great.
Yeah.
You have to have a honeymoon period.
So we did.
Okay.
But it wasn't as long as a year and a half.
How long was it for? Your relationship was a year and a half.
The thing is, when you're with a narcissist, it comes in stages, the relationship, because to me it was a relationship, but to him it was just like a game. Because that's what narcissists do. They get into relationships because they just want to take from the person. They don't want to give back. Do you know what I mean? So they basically, they call it love bombing. So they love bomb you.
Yeah, they just throw.
They're just doing loads of nice things in the beginning, giving lots of empty promises, all this kind of stuff in the beginning. So you fall in love very quickly. So the honeymoon period, it can vary because it can be like 3 months, 6 months, a year, depending on what kind of narcissist they are. Do you know what I mean? But because our relationship was very much short-lived, like the honeymoon period probably lasted about 3 months. Do you know what I mean? So I fell hard within that time because he knows what he's doing. Most of them know what they're doing in that short space of time. So they love bomb the hell out of you.
How much did you cry in a relationship? A lot?
Pretty much like from that time onwards, from probably like 6 months onwards, almost every day. Because I didn't know where I stood with the guy. Do you know what I mean? Because they leave you in a state of confusion. They gaslight you. Like, so you start to question your own sense of reality. You're like, what's going on around me? Like, you're brainwashed, you're in a bubble. It is an abusive relationship. Do you know what I mean? Like, even though it's not physical, it's the mental and the emotional. It's mad. So a lot of stuff happened in the relationship. Like, we never went on dates. Like, I never met his family. Like, yeah, I was literally like, when I look back, I think, why? Like, because I had never been in that kind of relationship before. Do you know what I mean? All the guys I've been with in the past were good. Good guys, loyal, stuck to their word. They treated me like like a queen. Do you know what I mean? So when it got to this one, I was just like, this can't be right. Like, so then I started to blame myself. So I was thinking, because I've had such a good journey, like, of relationships. So why is it that this one? So I was kind of like blaming myself, but that's the whole trick. That's what narcissists make how they make you feel, basically. So he never introduced me to his family, like just loads of things. It just became so toxic, and we kept breaking up, and like that was kind of his game. Like whenever we'd have an argument, he would break up with me, like every time.
And leave you crying.
Yeah, all the time, literally. And it's just like, it was just so draining. And then
are you calling him, yo, please, let's make this work?
A couple times, but sometimes it was the other way around as well. Like sometimes he would show up at my house and like he would be like ringing off my phone, and the times where I would be like strong and like not give in was the times he would like be chasing me, and then, or if not, it would be me that like chasing him. It was just so toxic.
I reckon you were kind of addicted to the emotional roller coaster of it. Because sometimes like there's such a like high emotions that are happening. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. Sometimes people might just like the process of so much emotion is going into.
I don't know, you know, because I think some girls, enjoy that because that's all they know. Do you know what I mean? It's just what they live for. They love the drama. They can't function in a relationship unless it's drama. Like I've got friends who have been in like very, very much toxic relationships, and that's all they know. So when a guy's treating them right, it's very foreign to them. Do you know what I mean? But for me, it was like I didn't like it because I wasn't used to it. But I liked him a lot, and also I was thinking about my age. Do you get it? And like I was looking at the people around me getting married and doing all these kind of things. So I was putting that pressure on myself to try and make it work. Do you know what I mean? But I knew it wasn't right. So then it just got to a point where enough was enough. He disrespected me too much, and then I was
what was the last straw?
The last straw was basically because so much had happened. I can't even remember every single thing, but it was just so much. And it got to the point where this guy don't go carnival. He does not go carnival. You'll never catch him at carnival. But then all of a sudden, oh yeah, I'm going carnival. We're renting out an apartment. Guys are going to be there. And I was like, oh, girls and guys. He was like, yeah. And I was just like, do you think that's appropriate for someone that's in a relationship? He was like, yeah. And he was really cocky about it and arrogant. He was like, yeah, I'm going to stay there. And like, just being really rude, and smug, because he probably knew that. He knew like he had me where he wanted me, basically. So I was like, all right, cool. So if you think it's appropriate, then go, innit? And he was just like, I am. I was like, all right, cool. Right. So I was like, I'm going now. So I put the phone down. Yeah, of course. I cried every time. Every time we argued or had a disagreement or something, because he gave really bad silent treatment, which is one thing I can't stand. I can't bear silent treatment because it just leaves you like in a state of panic, anxiety. You don't know what's going on. And like when he would talk to me, I'd think, okay, is it going to break up with me? Like I just didn't know what was happening. So it was just like I was always anxious in the relationship, and silent treatment was he couldn't communicate. So silent treatment was what he used to do all the time, and it sometimes would be days, a week. Sometimes I just have to sit and wait. I know it's mad. Like, so yeah, so that was it. And then I was like, okay, cool. Do your thing. And then he was like, all right, cool. And he was being really smug. And then he sent me, after we got off the phone, he sent me a smiley face for no reason, just rubbing it in, being a dickhead. So I was like, yeah, you're a dickhead. And I just aired it. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not entertaining you. Like, you're a dickhead. So I was just crying. And then like, I didn't give in. I was like, Vanessa, don't give in. Do not give this guy the satisfaction. You've done it too many times. You can't give in. So, I was just like, so days were going by and I was thinking I was getting stronger. I was thinking, okay, I've done day 1, tick. I've done day 2, tick. I've done day 3. I was like, yes, Vanessa, get in there. You haven't given in. Yeah. And obviously he weren't reaching out to me because he would never. Do you know what I mean? So, because silent treatment was his thing. Do you know what I mean? So him not talking to me was nothing. He didn't care. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I was just like in a mess. I was just in a mess, basically. And then I was just like, I remember I was praying. I was like, I have to pray to God for this because I need the strength. So, and the thing, I did pray around that time, but not as much as I did that day. That day, and I felt like God spoke to me. I was like, no, God spoke to me, like God, because I was scrolling through my phone, and like for about 2 weeks, so for about a week, I was looking at YouTube videos on how to get your boyfriend back, like, but without contacting them, like all these like boyfriend breakup videos. It was mad. Like I was watching all these videos, like how, like what to do, and will your boyfriend come back? All this kind of stuff, yeah. And like the word videos about narcissists kept coming up, but I didn't know what that word meant. So I was thinking, why is this coming up? Like move, like. So I kept clicking off of it and like, trying to find all the boyfriend ones. I was just like the breakup ones. I was watching all of them, yeah. And the narcissistic videos kept coming up. And this was after I prayed hard, yeah? And then I remember I was crying. And then I just like wiped my tears. I thought, wait, let me click on the narcissist one. Clicked on it. Light bulb moment. everything I'd been through, because it was like about narcissistic abusive relationships. That's what came up in it. But I weren't looking for that. But it was looking for me, clearly, after my prayers. So then I was thinking, okay, cool. So I clicked on it. And then I just started, and I was just like, it was a light bulb moment. I was like, oh my God, this is everything I've been through. Like, every single thing was me.
He ticked every single box.
Yeah, and I ticked every single box for the victim.
Wow.
Literally, it was crazy. I was just like, yeah, this is crazy. And then I became addicted to it.
Addicted to what? Watching narcissistic
watching videos about narcs, like, and like abuse and like what it does. But it actually made me stronger. Even though I became a bit obsessed with watching it.
How obsessed are you talking?
Every day for about a year. Every day for about a year.
What?
Yes, that's literally, it was crazy because that was me healing.
So you're going to come home from work, YouTube.
Even at lunch break, I was watching it. In the morning when I wake up, I watch it. Lunch break, I would watch it on the way to work, on the train, on the way home. Like I looked forward to it because it was giving me basically
tools to navigate.
Yeah, giving me tools to like heal, and then and also it was making sense for me because I didn't know what was going on. I was so confused.
Did he holler you during this period now?
No. So basically, when we didn't even officially break up, there was no closure after.
So since Carnival Day,
after that conversation, we never actually had closure.
Fuck it, now,
so we kind of just broke up naturally, and then he didn't chase me, nothing. But then when it come to my birthday, which was like 3 months later, he messaged me happy birthday, and that's like one thing that narcissists do. That they will break up with you, holler at you on like special occasions.
I feel like I've got that in me to do something like that, though.
No, but the thing is, everyone's got narcissistic traits in them naturally as human beings. Everyone's got some sort of narcissistic traits, but someone that's got NPD, which is narcissistic personality disorder, is different. They've got a mental health illness. That's different. So we probably have got narcissistic traits, which is normal, is healthy. Everyone's got a healthy amount, but if it's unhealthy, then you've got the disorder. Do you get it? And he had it.
But that's crazy though, to go out on someone, for someone to be your girlfriend and not speak to them for 3 months, and no one say nothing to nobody, but say happy birthday. That's kind of you're trying to keep her on the hook vibe, innit?
He knows what he's doing because he knows it's a time where I'm going to be happy. I'm probably going to feel a bit vulnerable.
And you're probably going to expect him to call as well.
Exactly, expect it and want it in some kind of way. So he knew what he was doing. Like, they're very calculated people. And then I just said thanks. I left it there, and then I didn't hear from him until Christmas. And then
when's your birthday?
November.
Okay,
it's this month, so 22nd.
Oh shit! Happy belated then.
Oh no, it's not yet.
Oh, it's not yet. Oh shit! No, the 22nd.
22nd of November this month. Yes, it's coming up. So then he messaged me Christmas, and then that's when the conversation started a little bit more. So I kind of like.
Were you willing to, even though you had studied his behaviour for near enough 3 months, were you willing to accept him back during this point?
Do you know what? I think I was having a weak moment around Christmas. But Christmas is that time for family and friends and loved ones. So you do get a bit weak around those kind of times. You know what I mean? So I think I was having a weak moment where I gave in. I thought, okay, he's messaged me again, so maybe he's trying to apologise or whatever. But so the conversation started, but it was like on and off. And then we started talking again. And then it just wasn't, it wasn't, something had changed. And I knew he was obviously like seeing someone else or whatever, but obviously he didn't give me any confirmation. So
what about you? Were you seeing other people?
No, I wasn't. I was single. I didn't see anyone for about 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to people, but then obviously lockdown came in it. So, and I was studying. I was studying to be a social worker in it. So I was very busy. So I didn't really have time for relationships and links and all of that. So, yes. Anyway, we're talking, and then we kind of rekindled a little bit. And then on New Year's, I saw a video of him and his new girlfriend.
Oh,
like,
my
on
God.
someone's Snapchat. Like,
what did I do to you?
Yeah, honestly, I was
cry
like,
again.
You're
a crier, innit?
Oh no, do you know what? I'm not even a crier. I'm a very tough person. It takes a lot.
No, you can cry and be tough at the same time, innit?
Yeah, no, I'm not even a crier. Like, I'm not. He made me like that in that relationship, but as a person, I'm not really like that. I think I've become more emotional since becoming a mum, but because I feel like it's just hormones and stuff just makes you a bit more emotional. But I've never been a crier like that. Do you know what I mean? But in that relationship, I was. So I found out he had a new girl. I confronted him. And he was just, oh, what do you even know? I was just
confronting him about what? What did you say?
I said, good luck with your new relationship. Like, just being like, I was being petty, innit? was like, I was just being petty. So I was like, oh, good luck, your new relationship. And he was like, oh, what do you even know? And he was like, can I call you? And I was just like, do what you want. So we spoke about it. And he was just like, oh, it's early days. Like nothing's really happening. It's just early days. So I was like, okay, cool.
And technically, even though you're not, you're still going that.
Yeah, he was with her. He was. So I was like, okay, cool. And then he was like,
did you believe him? Well, he said it's early days, so that's kind of confirmation.
So he kind of confirmed it. Do you know what I mean? He kind of confirmed it. So I just I took his word for it, but I was very annoyed. So I was thinking, how dare you don't even give me closure. You start to talk to me again, messaging me, but you've got a girl. So I don't get it. Basically, you're still trying to pursue me. Yeah. So I didn't really know where I stood. So I said, so months were going by. So then it got to around February times. I was like, what's going on? Because we started talking again. I was like, what's actually going on? Have you made up your mind? What's going on?
What? So you're still speaking for what?
Yeah, I was still seeing him, basically.
What?
Yeah. Because to me, it was like...
Were you intimate during these periods?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Vanessa.
Not a lot, but it was yeah.
Okay, cool,
Then. And then I said to him, you got to make a decision. What are you actually doing? Because I felt like I had more of the upper hand because I was his ex. Do you know what I mean? But no, I didn't, because narcissists are very different. They're just weird. So
so he chose. Did he actually choose her?
Yeah.
Did he actually say it though?
Yeah.
Oh,
because
wow.
What happened was, he was just like, so there was a lot of arguing was happening. Then I said, do you know? And he was like to me, listen, you need to tell me right now.
That's what you said.
No, he said to me, you need to tell me right now if you love me or not. Otherwise I'm gonna be making some big boy moves. And I said,
what does that mean?
I said, what do you mean? And he was like, you need to tell me right now. You need to tell me, I want you. Otherwise I'm gonna be making big boy moves. I said, I'm not gonna tell you I want you, because why would I do that? And he was just like, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna propose to her.
Oh,
so
Lord.
I said, okay, cool. I went, go ahead, do it. And he was like, oh, actually, I've got something to tell you. I went, what? He went, I've already done it. And he had actually done it, you know. He had proposed to her, and then he got married to her about 3 months later.
He got married on you?
Yeah.
Lord.
He got married
Now, what was the crying saying then, innit?
Do you know, I cried too many tears at that point. At that point, I was just like, yeah, I had nothing left to give at that point. I was like, I have no cry, there's no tear left to give. So I was just like, it was.
Is there a song that says something like that? All cried out, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, all cried out. I was literally all cried out at that point. I was like, yeah, there's nothing more to give. So I was very shocked.
And this is 2019, 2020?
This is 2019.
Wow, and so these times I met you, you seem like as happy, lovely, full of joy soul.
That's what I'm saying.
But you're going through it.
I was really going through it. That's what I'm saying. You don't know what people are going through behind closed doors, innit? But yeah, I was just like, yeah, okay, cool. So then I just blocked him after that. I was like, yeah, I'm done. And then do you know what? I had my videos, my YouTube videos to help me get through it all. So I was just, because that was all helping me make sense. So even though I was still, part of me still kind of wanted him, I had done so much growth and healing from it.
But even after he engaged, you still kind of wanted him?
No, not after he was engaged. I mean, that little bit before I knew. I was like, I had healed, a part of me had healed, was healing, but I still kind of was like, what if? Do you know what I mean? So I was in between, but that confirmed it for me that no, he's not for you. And I'm happy I wasn't the one that married him.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I know for a fact his wife's suffering.
And it's crazy, because certain times, you know what? Certain times when you pray, certain times everyone prays with their own kind of expectations of what they want.
Yeah.
Certain times God answers your prayers in ways you couldn't even imagine. There's certain things I've even prayed for that I thank God he didn't give it to me.
Honestly.
So it's one of them ones, isn't it? Yeah, so you prayed for it, and then God got him married to somebody else to take him off the table for you.
I needed that. I needed God to take him away from me, because it was becoming too unhealthy. Do you know what I mean? Too toxic. It's there was a trauma bond. I don't know if you've heard of that trauma bond, where you bond with someone over basically over trauma, innit? And you think you love them, you think you need them, but it's because of trauma. That's why you feel like you need them. Do you know what I mean? So I think I built a trauma bond with him. So it's not even, I didn't even want him or need him, but that was why. So yeah, and then after that, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just do me. So then I was just single, and it was just doing me. Do you know what I mean? Then I think I turned 30 maybe 2 years later or something, and then I was dreading turning 30 so much, but it was literally one of the best years of my life, because I'd let go of all that baggage. I was just doing me. I was in the gym. I was just just taking care of my health and just doing me. Do you know what I mean? So I was really happy. And then when I started to focus on myself and like my career and all those things, and then my house, I was like buying a house around that time as well. Things
with your improved credit after this guy's probably
honestly
fucked up. Yeah.
After all that hard work of paying that back. Yeah. So then when I started working on myself and like good things started to happen for me, do you know what I mean? That's when I started to attract good again. Do you know what I mean? And like that's how I met my fiance now. And like,
how long did you meet him for before?
I met him during lockdown.
Oh wow!
Yeah, during lockdown, but when we were kind of coming out of lockdown, so like 2021, I met him on Clubhouse.
On Clubhouse?
So I met him on Clubhouse.
That stupid app. That stupid app.
That app, yeah. But that app changed my life.
Wow, that's crazy. So wait. Like, go through the conversation. What happened when you first met him?
So
let me remember. That's when you could literally have a room and then random people will just come and...
Yeah, so you can host a room. I think they do it on Twitter or X now. They do it on X now, where you can host a room and then people can come in and they can listen or they can go on the stage and talk. Basically, you can have speakers.
So it's still active now, isn't the Clubhouse? I think
it is, but I don't think anyone really uses it anymore. I think now people use the X spaces now because it's similar to what Clubhouse was. So obviously Clubhouse was a big thing during lockdown, isn't it? So he used to host a lot of rooms because we're both social workers, in it. So we kind of like connected through social work, and he used to host a lot of rooms, and then. I think one day we were both on the same stage, and then because obviously you can see who's on the stage, so you can add people, can network like that. So I think he added me on there. Yeah, he did add me on there. And
did you fancy him at that point?
Did I what?
Fancy him at that point?
No, I did. I was definitely like interested.
Okay.
I was definitely interested, but I didn't think anything of it. It wasn't like a thing
just like he's nice.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, he's smart, intelligent, because he was a very confident speaker. And I think that's one of the things that like drew me to him, like his intelligence and how articulate he was. So I was quite drawn to him. Do you know what I mean? But I just thought, just whatever. And then, so he added me on Instagram, and then we didn't speak for about 2 weeks. And then he DM'd me, like, I think he reacted to something dumb I did on Instagram, like one of my dumb videos. And then we started talking like that. And then, we just started talking in the DMs and then moved to like WhatsApp. And then like now, the rest is history. I'm engaged, got a baby, getting married. So it's just, it's crazy. And he's just so opposite.
And that was 2021.
Yeah.
Now, cool. Now, and when did you close on your house?
2021.
2021. And what was it? And when did you get pregnant? 2020?
2023.
2023?
Yeah. So I was with him for 2 years.
So in that 2 year period, basically your life has completely and utterly transformed.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow. So what do you reckon having a baby has done for you? You reckon?
Do you know what? Like, I've always wanted kids. Always wanted to have kids. So, but it's just crazy when it does happen. When it actually does happen, it's just so surreal because it's like you speak about it like throughout your teens, like your 20s, whenever it is. Like you've just been speaking about it so much that when it actually happens, you just can't believe it. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like motherhood it's been such a journey. It's only been a year, but it's just been such a journey and it goes so quick. So he really wanted children. We both wanted children.
Oh, you both plan it?
Yeah, we did plan it.
What made you hesitate?
Earlier. She came earlier than expected though.
Okay.
But it was planned for 2023.
Okay.
That makes sense. But she just came earlier, basically. So yeah, like how it's just crazy. Honestly, it's just a roller coaster. Pregnancy was fine. I didn't really have any major issues.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, I just had a bit of cramping. I did faint a couple times when I was like working and stuff, but it was very quick. Like it was just like I'd pass out a little bit and then I'd like kind of like gain consciousness again.
Okay, that's normal.
But it's like quite normal.
I don't know, is it?
Yeah, I was really scared. I was thinking, what's happening? But when I went to the doctors, he was like, it's very normal.
So just pass out.
Yeah, literally.
Right, at work as well.
It can happen anywhere. But I kind of would know it's going to happen because like I would kind of like feel it coming. I'd get really hot and then I'd see like stars.
Wow.
Basically, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have like
episode
an
right
episode,
now.
Yeah.
Wait, can pregnant women, are they allowed to drive?
Yeah, you
What
can.
happens if that happens while you're driving and shit?
I don't know, because I wasn't driving at the time. So I don't know, but obviously you'd have to seek advice from your doctor or whatever. And maybe just, because you can kind of feel it coming on. So you just have to kind of just pause. It lasts about 30 seconds. It doesn't last long at all.
Still, man.
Yeah, it's still scary though. When it first happened to me, I was so scared because it was really, really hot. I remember it was a really hot day. And I just remember thinking, oh my gosh, like, I'm so hot, what's going on? And I was like taking off my jacket and I was like, yeah, this is just too much. And then it just happened. And then like, I gained consciousness again. I was like, shit, like what just happened? How long was I out for? Like, I just didn't know, but it wasn't long. So it happened probably about 3 times throughout the whole 9 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, it wasn't like consistent.
What about the actual birth? Was it that calm?
I had a C-section.
Oh, okay, cool. Any reason why?
Because basically she pooed in my stomach. So they call it meconium. So they call it meconium when the baby poos.
Okay.
So yeah, so I think when the baby's a little bit distressed, that they poo in it, and then I think she had pooed like in my stomach.
Could you? Sounds stupid, but I have to ask. Could you smell it?
No. no. But it was probably just like a tiny bit. Like, do you know what I mean? Because obviously she was like still in the womb. Do you know what I mean? So it couldn't have been anything major, but it just shows a sign of distress. And then also, it's not good for her to be like, you know, inhaling like the poo or whatever, the meconium, let's call it, because it could cause infection and stuff. So they were like, okay, we can't really wait for you to like go into natural labor because it's dangerous for the baby. And I wasn't dilating like the way I was supposed to. So they were like, it could take a whole day for you to dilate.
So when was this decision made? As in
the C-section?
Yeah, as in, because don't you have to like kind of like book it in and stuff like that?
Well, C-section? Yeah. No, it can happen on the day because you can have an emergency one. So it can happen that if anything happens with the baby, you can have a C-section that day. So with me, because my partner was due to go away for his parents' funeral. His grandparents' funeral. He had to go away for that. So
you missed the birth?
No, he didn't. Okay, he could have though. So I was trying to like. I was hoping to give birth before he had to go, innit? Because he had to go. Like, it was really important. They basically helped raise him. So he had to go. He had to be there. So I was just hoping to kind of give birth before this. I was trying everything. I was drinking all the raspberry leaf teas. I was doing all the exercise, everything, yeah. She wasn't coming. She was too comfortable. So they offered, around like 39 weeks, I was 39 weeks, they offer you like a sweep. They try and trigger the labour.
Offer you a sweep? Like an actual pregnancy sweep?
No, a sweep.
Oh, a sweep. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they call it a sweep, innit?
Okay.
That's what they call it. So basically, they insert their fingers and like try and like trigger the labour.
Just poke the baby a bit.
Yeah, basically poke it. Yeah. So that's basically what they do, innit? So they offer that around 39 weeks for like mums. So because I was having reduced movements. So whenever you have reduced movements, because at like 8-9 months you should be feeling the baby moving a lot. Do you know what I mean? If that reduces at any point, you have to go and like seek advice or go to doctors. So I don't know if it was all psychological. That must be scary though, isn't it? If the baby stops moving. It is, because you just think, gosh, what's going on? So I know 9 times out of 10, a lot of mums panic. They go to the hospital and the baby, as soon as you get there, the baby starts moving. Always happens. So yes, I was having reduced movement, but I don't know if it was psychological because I wanted to give birth quickly or if I really was happening, but it was happening. So I just thought, let me go to the doctors or A&E, whatever. And then I went, and then they monitor you, innit? They monitor it. So they were monitoring her movements. She was actually moving a little bit, but then they offered me the sweep there, innit? This was like, so this was the day before I actually gave birth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so she was like, we can offer you a sweep. I was like, okay, cool. But it was very uncomfortable. Like, I hated every minute. I was like, no. She was like, I can stop if you want. I was like, yeah, stop. I don't want it. I was like, it's not worth it. Like, let her come when she's ready, kind of thing. They're like, all right, cool. But when I went home that night, it must have triggered something because my waters broke.
Wow.
Yeah, my waters broke early hours of the day that I gave birth, so the 15th, early hours of the 15th of October. So, yeah, so then my waters broke. I woke up my partner, but everything was ready. Like my hospital bag was packed. We were just ready, innit? And the hospital was only like 2 minutes down the road. So we just went. It's like 4 a.m. I went in, and my waters didn't break. Like, you know how you see in the movies where the women are like, my waters. It wasn't like that. It was just like trickling. It was just trickling down after I went to the loo. So they were like, all right, come in, because you have to call your midwives first and like explain to them.
How did you know it was definitely water breaking and you didn't wee yourself?
It just felt different. Okay. It just felt different because I had gone toilet and then it was still dripping down my leg. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, nah, this ain't, and it
too
wasn't
coincidental. I'm pregnant. I haven't felt this before.
Exactly. So I was like, I just know it. So we went to the hospital, and then they did everything, and then and they were like, so then they were actually going to send me home, but then my mum was like, I had to show my mum, like my mum was a midwife, innit?
Oh, okay.
So she was there like along the way.
Throughout
my whole pregnancy.
Oh, was she your midwife?
She wasn't my midwife.
Oh, okay.
No. But she came to all the scans. She was always there. Like, do you know what I mean? So she was just like, I had to show her, like, not to get too graphic, but I had to like show her my pad. I was wearing a pad in it after my waters broke. So she was like, that doesn't look normal. And I was like, are you sure? I said, the midwife said it does. She was like, no, it doesn't. She was like, that looks like meconium. And I was like, I didn't even know what that was. I was like, what's that? She was like, it looks like the baby's poo. I was like, she was like, I'm coming, I'm on my way. I was like, all right, cool. So then this was probably about 6 a.m. And then
wow, see mums, boy.
See mums. But it also shows like, look how like again black women getting mistreated again in I wouldn't say mistreated, because they did treat me well, but kind of neglected in a way, because it's like, you didn't clock that.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? But
attention to detail.
Yeah, because why do I have to show my mum a picture for her to tell me? If she wasn't a midwife, she would just be like, okay, cool. Do you know what I mean? She would just go along with what they're saying. But because she's a midwife and she knows her shit, do you know what I mean? So that's why, she came down. Then my mum was just like to them, like, this pad has got meconium in it. So like, she needs like urgent attention kind of thing. And they were like, oh yeah, you're right. Wow. And then when they clocked my mum, man. Trust me, big up my mum. So when they clocked that she knew what she was talking about, then they were like, yeah, like, so then they took me to labour ward. And then that's when like the whole process started. And that's when they were like, yeah, it does look like meconium. So we can't wait for you to go into labour, So we're gonna have to do a C-section. So yeah, they gave me some time to think about it. And I was like, do you know what? Just whatever's safe, just do it, because I don't want like any complications. So
and hubby's there at this point in time with you.
Yeah, he came.
And when was he due to fly out? Because this is the 15th.
The 15th. So he was due to leave on like the 17th.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so literally just the nick of time. So he was like around, because bearing in mind, my house was literally like 2 minutes from the hospital. So he was like back and forth. Yeah. So he came, left, but he was there pretty much the whole time. And then, so I went in for a C-section, had a C-section.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what do you reckon having a baby's kind of like done for you?
For me?
Yeah. Has it robbed you of anything, you reckon?
Do you know, I wouldn't say robbed.
Yeah, obviously it sounds harsh, doesn't it? Yeah.
No, but I hear it. But yeah, it just I do have times where I do miss my old life, where I miss just being able to come and go as I please. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, because life before a baby is very different. Like, your life changes completely. Like, you're not even the same person you were before. Like, you can't be. You're a whole mum now. Do you know what I mean? You can't be as selfish as you were. Like, you have to make sacrifices. You have to give things up. Do you know what I mean? Like sleep. But
how do you sleep now, you reckon?
Sleep's much better compared to the newborn stage. Newborn stage is like, obviously they don't know like the difference between day and night in it. So they're just like doing whatever they want. Do you know what I mean? So you just have to go along with them. And then obviously as they get older, they start to realise that the difference between day and night, and that's when their sleeping pattern improves. So it's a process. Do you know what I mean? But as a first time mum, and someone that loves their sleep is hard. It's a hard adjustment. So I did struggle in the beginning part. Like, it was really stressful. And like,
you guys have to take shifts in regards to sleep.
No, do you know, in the first I'd say the first 8 weeks, we both did it. But then
you both just stayed awake and...
No, it's just like we would sleep when she would sleep and then wake up when she woke up. Do you know what I mean? And have to feed her.
That's so dead, man.
I know, have to feed as well. Have to feed on demand, because obviously they're just constantly on milk, and then I was breastfeeding as well. So I have to breastfeed, and then... But I did combi actually. So I did a combination of formula and breast milk, because I just couldn't handle just doing breast milk. And that big up the mums that can just exclusively breastfeed, but I couldn't. So I did a mix, and obviously gave me the break so that my partner could feed her as well. Do you know what I mean? So... yes, it's mainly what keeps you up at night is obviously they don't know their sleeping pattern yet, because they're still adjusting, and also changing nappies and feeding. Those are the 3 things that keep you up. So, but obviously as they get older, it improves. Do you know what I mean? You have to do less of that, to the point. And then when they get to like maybe 9, 10, 11 months, they stop the night feeds completely. So you're not night feeding anymore. Maybe change a nappy early hours or something, or whatever. Like my baby, she did actually feed for quite a while. I probably didn't stop feeding her to probably about 8 months, 8, 9 months.
Oh, okay.
So she did love a night feed in it, but it does reduce over time. So as time progressed, and people kept telling me, like, all my friends that have got kids and like other people, like, it does get better, it does, and I just like I couldn't see it because I was in the newborn stage. I was like I couldn't see it. I was like, when is it going to change? Because like I'm 3 months in and I'm still struggling. But I
remember because my brother had a baby, and they live in Spain. And then I went out to Spain, and I remember, I think the baby must have been about 2 weeks old at this point in time. And then I was with the newborn. I was literally only with that child, maybe for like 2 days. And I was like, yo, because me, I've always wanted twins, innit? Like, I always wanted twins.
You said,
But then I'm like, yo, how difficult must two of them be? And imagine if you have triplets. What the hell? Who's going to hold the third one?
What about quadruplets?
Yeah, that's mental. Like, how do people even... How do they even manage that type of stuff?
Like, honestly, like, I commend them because I used to want twins as well. Like, back in the day, like, when I was I mean, do you still want twins?
Yeah, I still want them, but I just might not look after them, innit?
No, you have to help. I'm telling you, you have to.
It sounds like everyone seems to... I feel like the first 6 months are going to be hell, and you just have to firm it.
You just have to firm it.
And then...
Because you love your baby so much and you want the best for them, like, you just do it naturally. Whether you're mum or dad. Obviously, the mum sacrifices more because especially more time they're breastfeeding, isn't it? But the dads, you're going to want to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it sounds like a nightmare, but like when you actually, they're holding your baby and like feeding them, like, it just becomes natural. Do you know what I mean? So
sometimes you resent your husband at the time. Like, you're like...
When he went back to work, I was just like...
fucking piece of shit, enjoying yourself.
That's what I'm saying, but
This time you should be home by now.
Exactly. Like, I wanted him to get home so, like, fast. Like, I remember, like, when he had to go, and, like, because my mum stayed with me for the 2 weeks that he was away for his grandparents' funeral. My mum stayed with me in my house, so she was there all the time. So, like, when the day she left, oh, my God, because after about 10 days, she was like, okay, Vanessa, I'm going to, like, go home and like stay at home for the night. And I was just like, what? I was like, you can't leave me. I was like, no, you're not going anywhere. I was like, you can't leave me alone with this human.
Wait, and your sister had a baby during that period as well?
Yeah, my sister had a month before me.
So, wow.
Exactly a month before me. So her baby, my niece came on the 15th of September, and then my baby came on the 15th of October.
Oh, exactly a month.
4 weeks apart.
Wow.
Yeah. So
she must have been pissed when your mum went to your house.
She wasn't. My sister is such a calm soul. Do you know what I mean? Like, she understood. Do you know what I mean? She understood. But my mum had been doing all of that for her before my baby came in it. So she was kind of a bit more settled for when my mum came to me. Do you know what I mean? But I was more needy than my sister. A lot more needy. Like, I wouldn't say I had postpartum depression, but I definitely had something called baby blues.
What's that?
So baby blues is like, and the midwife did say to me, like, you will feel quite low and like emotional, like maybe in a few days time. And I was just like, oh, whatever, like, that's not me, because I'm not that kind of person. So I was just like, oh, please. I was just like, okay, you know, they just say things, you're just like, okay. But boy, oh boy, did it hit me.
It
hit me. Like, I'd say maybe after about 5 days, and especially because my partner wasn't there, he was away for 2 weeks, that was like adding to it. Do you know what I mean? So I was really down. I was like, and I just, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a crier. I only cry if I have to or if there's a reason. So when I was crying for no reason after having my baby,
for no reason, like,
I wasn't crying, I was just crying. There's times I was just...
How did you justify the cry at the time when you were crying?
I didn't know why.
Oh, so you're literally... No,
do you know what? 'Cause I was thinking, have I made a mistake?
Oh, okay.
I was thinking, oh, am I supposed to have this baby? Like, and the thing is, when you have a baby, is that unless you're going to give your child up for adoption, there's no way out. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I was thinking, like, what am I going to do? Is this how I'm going to feel forever? I've had the baby now. What can I do? I can't give her up for adoption. Like, a part of me wanted to go back to the hospital and give her back.
Wow.
But yeah, like, mad things go through your mind because, like, you just don't know. You're so much has happened. But they say the reason why that happens is because you have a massive hormone drop. And it obviously affects your emotions and, like, things like that. So I was really emotional for about 2-3 weeks. Like, I just cried. Sometimes I just randomly cry. People come to my house, I just cry because it's just like I was just overwhelmed. I didn't know. It was just a big change for me. Do you know what I mean? And there was no going back. And I think that's what scared me. So I was like, "There's no going. You're not." But
you prayed for this, funny enough, isn't it?
I prayed for it. Do you know what I mean? So, but then, like, as time went on, and obviously my partner came back, and I started to find my rhythm, my routine, my own structure. it just got better from there. And then I realised, okay, I did go through the baby blues, but people will say to me, like my friends with kids would say, obviously, if it happens for longer than 2 weeks, consult your doctor, because that's when it can develop into postpartum depression, and that's when it can get really bad, and then postpartum psychosis, and then postpartum, like all of that, and that's when like sometimes women get suicidal and all that. So they say if it happens for longer than 2 weeks, consult your doctor. But luckily for me, it went. It went after about, I'd say 2.5 weeks. It went, but sometimes baby blues can last a bit longer. But anything longer than I'd say a month, I'd say that's when it becomes depression.
What do you reckon the baby did to you and your fiance's relationship?
I mean, kids, you can't really blame the child.
Well, you can, but it's not their fault.
It's not their fault.
But you can blame them.
You can blame them, like in the sense, like things have changed because they're here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it just takes a lot of adjusting, because we can't do what we did before. We can't just go, because before she came, like we would just go like on dates, date night, like we just go cinema on a random one, we just go Canary Wharf, go and have like dinner, like we just did random spontaneous things like that, or just book a holiday and we'd be gone. Do you know what I mean? But obviously now we have to plan everything, have to find childcare. It's not, you can't just up and leave. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's what one of the hardest things, and it frustrates both of us, because it's like we love her and like we want to include her in everything that we do, but there's certain things that like we can't include her. Do you know what I mean? And but that means we just can't do it unless we have childcare, and we're not going to have childcare 24/7. Do you know what I mean? So we both have frustrations. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes we take it out on each other, because that's just normal, because like we're human. Do you know what I mean? So I'd say it does cause a bit of bickering here and there, but obviously as time goes on, you learn to deal with it and try and get around it. So I think we're at that stage now of like navigating it like in a more positive way, if that makes sense. But it's just a reality. Once you have a kid, it's just your reality. Do you know what I mean?
Sometimes you ever just see your child and your fiance together, and it just makes you feel like great.
No, definitely. Like, especially like if I've gone out all day, like out with the girls or whatever, and I come back and they're just there, and I'm like, oh, you're both so cute.
This is my family.
My little family. Like, it's just so cute. Like, it's like you go out, you have fun, and like you just like coming back to that sometimes is just like just so fulfilling. Do you know what I mean? Because it takes me back to the days when I was single, and when I was single during that period of time, I really wanted to be in a relationship. And to be fair, when I look back, I think, why though? Like, I wish I enjoyed my singleness more than what I did. If that there were times where I did enjoy it, but I wish I didn't want to be in a relationship as much as I did and enjoyed it like more. I'm still grateful, but you know, there was times where you would go out. You go home to like, I'd go home to like my empty house. Do you know what I mean? Or my empty bed. And
some girl told me about that, how she used to go out and she basically certain times she'd go, her house would be empty. And so what would happen was she didn't actually like her empty house. So she would make sure she is either like drunk or like, for instance, it's mad late. So when or she's mad tired. So when she can go home, she just sleeps. Because she didn't like the fact of an empty house like that.
No, it can get a bit like sometimes, and it's happening over and over again. You just think, when am I going to find my person? Like, when am I going to come home to my person? Do you know what I mean? But when I look back, I think like, I miss it. I miss that.
You're never going to have a period where it's just you.
It's just me.
Well, hopefully, by the grace of God, you're never going to have a period where it's literally just you.
Exactly.
And have space.
I have space to spread out, enjoy. You don't have to worry about looking over in the cot if she's not like. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, so those kind of days, like I feel like I wouldn't say I took it for granted, because like no one knows what's going to happen after you have a child. Do you know what I mean? No one understands. Like, I didn't understand at the time. So I would just say to anyone that hasn't got kids, like now, that might like really wants them or really wants to be in a relationship, just enjoy your singleness for what it is. Enjoy it, like, you know, embrace it, because when that time comes, like, you know, even though it's very fulfilling, family life is very fulfilling, but it's not just you anymore. Do you know what I mean? You don't get to have that selfish likeness that you had before. Do you know what I mean? But I wouldn't change anything. I still wouldn't change anything. I'm still very happy, like, the direction that my life's going.
Now, obviously, you got, what was it? Proposed to before the baby came.
Yeah.
So did that also put stumbling works in the actual the marriage aspect of it?
Yeah, because obviously we've had to postpone the wedding now.
Oh, was it actually? Did you have a date before?
We didn't have a date, but we were planning to do it like this year. Mm-hmm. But because we would have even done it last year, because obviously she came earlier than expected, so we would have even got married 2024. Do you know what I mean? No, wait, we're in 2024, yeah. So I mean 2023 would have got married in, but yeah, obviously we had a baby and stuff, so it does push things back. Do you know what I mean? Because,
but did you want to obviously get back to your, what was it, post pre-baby shape? Yeah, listen, is that what your plans were?
That as well. Yeah, but the thing is, I've been trying to get in shape for so long. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just that I feel like I've always been, even before baby, I was trying to get in shape. Like, you know me, I'm always in the gym. Like, but that as well, yeah, like going back to like pre-baby body and stuff, like there's a lot of pressure around that as well. Like trying to get that body, like my body to a certain place and whatever. So yeah, so we were going to do it next year, but we're actually not doing it till 2026 now.
This is crazy though. I find the whole thing, because think about it, right now, in terms of the most important two people in your life right now are your fiance and your child, none of which were here before 2021, which is mental. It's what crazy. Life can do. Life
can change so quickly for you, you know. But I like I said before, I prayed for it. Do you know what I mean? I actually did pray for it. It's like, it's what I wanted. It is what I wanted, so I can't really complain. Do you know what I mean?
Go to the toilet quickly.
Yeah, go for it.
Help yourself if you want any more snacks.
Yeah, let me have some sweets.
Sweet. Now, a question. 1 second. Now, a question that I love asking on here is, when's the last time you cried? You know, I love tears. Like I absolutely love it.
Why?
I don't know. It's something about the vulnerability of everything. Yeah. When was the last time you cried?
Last time I cried? When did I ever cried? Oh my god. I know it was recent as well. Probably over a film. Do you mean like just crying over like
No, it could be over a film. What film was it?
Yeah, I think I was crying over like something I watched on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what it was.
You don't remember the movie?
I think it was because I'm the kind of person now I can if I see someone crying, I cry.
If you see someone crying, you cry.
That's what makes me cry. If I see someone choking up or if I see someone crying, it just makes me cry.
Oh, a nice emotional. Okay, so when's the last time you've in your personal life cried?
In my personal life.
Over something, I don't know.
That is mad. I actually can't remember. Do you know what? I cried when my daughter fell over. And she fell and banged her lip and it started bleeding and I cried.
Did she cry as well?
Yeah, she cried hard. Like, she cried hard. Because she's at the age now where she's walking everywhere. So, like, she's into everything. She wants to touch everything. And, like, she must have slipped and then she banged her, like, gum, I think, top lip and gum on the fridge, the corner of the fridge.
So you just cried together?
I was just crying, like, because I was just like, she was in so much pain and it was just like, the blood was coming out and I was just like... blood? Yeah, it was quite a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quite.
Was it really a lot, or?
Yeah, it was quite a lot.
A lot for a baby.
For a baby, because I've never seen her bleed like that before. Do you know what I mean? So that was the first time she like proper like fell and like hurt herself. So I was just like, and like I was just scared, but literally like she literally stopped crying within like 5 minutes and just got back to playing.
She was probably like, hold on 1 second, Mummy, why are you crying?
I know. I was just there like a mess.
Did you continued crying after?
No, I stopped because I was just watching her like I was like crying, but I was like watching her like to see what she was gonna do like after. But she just like carried on playing. It was like she didn't even hurt herself. It was crazy because it was like the blood was really gushing.
Oh wow.
So that's the last time I cried.
Yeah, children, I always find them so mad interesting.
They are.
Because also in terms of, especially having your own one, it's like one, you know there's a spirit in there somewhere, but you also know that you're kind of in charge of guiding them as well.
I know, it's so much responsibility. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you feel like, I think especially because I've got a girl, I feel like I'm having like a second chance at life.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like I get to relive like a life and like help her to not make the same mistakes that I made and like achieve things that I probably didn't achieve or have more than what I had.
Well, what do you reckon those things are? What things would you have liked to achieve, you reckon, that you didn't?
So I feel like when I say mistake, like things that I would want to achieve. So with me, I'm the kind of person like I get very like comfortable, and I could be achieving more and achieving higher, but I get comfortable. That's one of my like flaws, and I don't want her to be like that. I don't want her to be complacent, comfortable. I want her to like be a go-getter because her dad's a go-getter. Like he works very hard. Like he's never satisfied. Always trying to get more. Like, and I want her to have that. Do you know what I mean? I want her to have those like traits. Do you know what I mean? Because I can sometimes be a bit like comfortable in my in like where I am and like.
Yeah, sometimes that's a good thing. Certain times always trying to achieve and not really masking the beauty of the present. But obviously there needs to be like a nice little balance, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. There does need to be a good balance. Because sometimes you do need to kind of sit back and like reflect and think, actually, yeah, like I've done well. Like even my cousin that, you know, whose house I went to yesterday, she lives in a mansion, and she, you know, she's a go-getter as well. Like, you know, she just always like very driven. Like it's never enough for her, like what she has. But she was saying that the other day, she like was just sitting in her house and like with a glass of wine watching Netflix, like a cozy evening. Like she had the lights dimmed, the fire was on, and she was like, "Yeah, like I made it. Like I've
That's
really
a
made
vibe.
it." Do you know
For
what I
her
mean?
to say that about herself, that's a vibe. Yeah,
and she's because all she's ever thinking about is like.
Work.
You know those people that in those CEO positions, they're always just working in their mind. Even if it's the weekend and they're off, in their mind, they're still working. She's that kind of person. So she said that for like, she just sat there and she was able to kind of just like enjoy the moment. And she doesn't really often do that. So I think it is important to have that balance of like, okay, I've really worked hard for what I have. Like, let me enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? And enjoying it doesn't mean you have to go and splash money and like, go on bare holidays and brunches and whatever it is. You can just enjoy like in your own peace. Do you know what I mean? So it's good to have a balance, but I just want my daughter to like just go for what she wants and just be confident, because sometimes with me I do lack confidence in some areas. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I do lack confidence. Wow. Yeah, I do. And I think that's another reason why I didn't like my comedy stuff, like all my skits, I didn't take it to the next level because like of my confidence. I don't have that kind of confidence where I don't give a shit kind of thing.
Oh yeah. Not being you see, I think I battled somebody with that. I think having some of giving a shit is all right certain times, because some people have no shame.
Some people don't care. They don't care whether they look dumb or like they look. No one's gonna like watch it or no one's gonna laugh. They don't care. They're gonna do it. And like, you know, and sometimes that's what gets people far. Like just that I don't care. Lack
of shame will get somebody out of this.
Far.
Wait, hold on. Wait, you've got what on your TikTok? Even you're still quite. You still have a profile, like
I've got a profile. Yeah, every now and then, you know, I dip in and out, like on TikTok. Do you know what I mean? Like I've got some videos in my drafts that I'm probably gonna like post soon. Do you know what I mean? It's just dumb stuff. Do you know what I mean? But I'm gonna like get back on it because I feel like TikTok is just like it's trending. Do you know what I mean? Like
100%.
Everyone's on TikTok. Do you know what I mean? Like so it's better than Instagram now.
Yeah, 100%.
So
but like, Instagram, my relationship with Instagram is I feel like Instagram is kind of a bit more bougie. You know what I'm saying?
It's like you just post what you want to post. But I feel like with TikTok you can be your whole self. You can just like, you know, people come and they wake up in the morning, they literally go on live. Like with they haven't even brushed their teeth and they're on live. Like I feel like TikTok is very like it's very much not for everyone, but people can really show their reality on there. Do you know what I mean? You can just do what you want.
Like, I thought you've stolen it from the children though. It used to be a kids app. Literally. And then all of a sudden all of us old people are now on there taking
doing
over.
the most, So I just want her to like be more confident.
Now, obviously, you know when people say, "What would you tell your younger self?" Is that kind of what advice you would give your younger self?
Yeah, because she's basically like my younger self. Do you know what I mean? Like she's like I'm doing life again through her. Do you know what I mean? So I would just say the same thing. I'll just go for what you want. Don't limit yourself. Like, you know, don't let anxiety get in the way. Just do what you want to do. Like if it fails, it fails. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Now, obviously, this baby is your child, but it's also his child.
Yeah.
Now, has there ever been any friction as opposed to like, you know, certain times you're like, you know what, this is my baby. I want my baby to do X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
But he's also like, yo, this is my baby.
Yeah, yeah.
And what conflict has there ever been in regards to actual the child?
The child. Like, I feel like we're pretty much on the same page.
Because you're saying religion, like,
we were both Catholic.
Okay.
Yeah, both Catholic, like Christian Catholic. But we're gonna raise her like Catholic. We both went to like Catholic schools, so we're on the same page in that sense. We're pretty much. He's very easygoing. Do you know what I mean? Like he kind of lets me like lead in like the parenthood world. Do you know what I mean? Like we're both parents, but he's more like we're quite traditional. Like he's the money maker. Yeah. He's out there getting money. He's doing all those things. He's also got a podcast as well.
Is it?
Yeah, he's got. I think he does it around here.
Is it?
One of these units.
Well?
Yeah, I think one of the units.
What's it called?
Shh. No, I can't.
Why?
I can't say.
I'll blank out.
Edit out. It's
shh. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So he's got his own podcast. He's doing really well on that platform.
Okay.
And yeah, so he's got that on the side, and obviously he's a team manager as well. So he's just always thinking about money and like. So the little things at home, like things that I want to do with her, and he's just like, yeah, he's very, very easygoing. But I think in terms of how many kids we clash on that, because I used to want to have like 3-4 kids, but now that I've had a kid and I've seen the reality, I don't want that many. I think I could maybe do 2. I would be happy with my 1.
How many does he?
He wants 3.
3.
Because we both come from a 3 sibling group family. Do you know what I mean? So he's got 3 siblings. I've got 3. Well, he's got 2 siblings. I've got 2 siblings. So there's 3 or 3 on both sides. But I'm happy to just be one and done. Do you get it? But he wants to have 3 kids.
Okay, so how are we going to compromise there?
Yeah, I've said no.
You said no to the second child?
To 3. We're not having 3 or 4.
Well, you might get twins the second time. That would be sick.
That's not going to happen. Please. I can't handle. I mean, maybe it will be easier.
I can see on your face. You're like, oh no, I can't.
Yeah, the thing is, if you'd asked me this like 5, 6, 7 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, I want twins. But reality hits you when you become a parent. Do you know what I mean? Some people, they love it. Like some mums, they don't go through no baby blues, no postpartum depression. They just love it. Like they live for it. Like they want to have more and more and more. Like sometimes I wish I was like that, but it's just not me. Do you know what I mean? But I thought it would be because I was always broody. I was that girl. I was always broody. I'd always be sending my friends cute babies and like I was that girl. So I thought I was gonna be having like 3-4 kids in it. But now that I've had a mum, and I think because I struggled a bit in the beginning, I think I don't want to, even though the second time might be different, I still don't want to keep going through that. It's too much. It's too.
Is there anything that you reckon could be done to make your pregnancy and your what was it, post-pregnancy more lit for you? I
think, I don't know, because it's unpredictable. Anything can happen. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're bringing life into the world, like anything can happen. You just don't know. So you have to just basically pray for the best and just go along with it and then just like make the best out of whatever situation you have. But I don't know, because I don't know what the second one's going to be like. I don't know whether I'm going to have a good pregnancy. I don't know whether it's going to be an easy pregnancy. I don't know if do you know what I mean? If I have a boy, it might be a different experience with a boy. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know what I'll do differently, but I think what I know is that when I do have another baby, I'll know what to do more. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I won't be as anxious. Like, I won't be scared when people leave the house. Do you know what I mean? Like scared to be alone. Afraid? Well, more so my mum, I'd say. Do you know what I mean? Or like, because when my friends would come over, I think I always knew that they were going to leave anyway. They have to go home. Do you know what I mean? But with my mum, it's like I had an expectancy that she needed to be there all the time. Do you know what I mean? And like, my mum really knows how to take over. Like, she's like, her and her grandbabies are just like, she doesn't play about her grandbaby. So she was like, took over most of the role. So I would kind of, it would give me a chance to relax, because obviously I needed to relax. You know what I mean? But I needed her there. Do you know what I mean? But I think when I have my second baby, I'm not going to need her as much. Yeah, to help me, but I'm not going to be as like, no, don't leave kind of thing. And the night shifts, I think, knowing that it does get better, I won't be as stressed about it. Do you know what I mean? I'll just go along with it for the time that it happens. And then I think when you panic as a mum, the baby panics and the baby's unsettled as well. Because I was so anxious. So like maybe
wow, really? You can actually feel it.
So even when you're breastfeeding, I think whatever you're feeling is going into the baby. So then she was quite like a fussy baby around that time, because she had something called colic.
What's that?
So it's like stomach issues, like lots of trapped gas. A lot of babies have it. Some worse than others, but she had it quite bad, innit? So we're always going GP, always getting medication for it. So she was a colicky baby for about, I say 5 months, and it's meant to stop around 2-3 months, but hers went on for 5 months, and then she had a bit of acid reflux. That's also normal because obviously they're developing, their organs are developing, and so babies do have a lot of like gastric issues or like stomach issues and gas and stuff in the beginning because it's normal, and they're getting used to milk and digesting all of that, so it's very normal. But she had it bad, so that also added to my stress. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah,
anytime you find out something might be wrong with my baby, it will just trigger something.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now mate. Wow. Wait, and what in terms of like away from a baby, do you reckon you've ever been depressed before?
I wouldn't say I've ever suffered from like proper depression to the point, because I'm the kind of person like before baby, like I always like to be in control of stuff, in control of myself, in control of like my career, whatever I'm doing, I like to control it. If I don't like it, I'll remove myself or I'll find a way to make myself happy again. Do you know what I mean? So I try to control my emotions a lot to like avoid depression and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes you can't avoid it. Do you know what I mean? But I wouldn't say I've ever been depressed to the point where I've been on antidepressants or medication. Even
that's not even an option for me. I don't want to take no. I don't want to.
Yeah, no, I never.
Because I've seen how groggy some people are when they put them on stuff. Yeah,
when they come off of it, they're like.
Yeah, some people you look at them and they just look like there's almost like there's no soul there no more.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not really trying to go down the medication route like ever. So I've never been that kind of depressed to that level, but I've had moments of depression, like when things haven't worked out for me, or obviously when I was in that toxic relationship, I was very depressed. I would even take...
That guy seems like he's capable of basically getting divorced and then hollering you on the vibe of,
do you know what he actually did?
No
After
way.
he was married, he still hollered at me on an app. I don't want to say too much because I don't know where, this might go, but he did holler at me again. I was thinking, I swear you're married. Do you know what I mean? But it was just like he didn't really holler. He added me.
His wife would know about you.
I don't know. It depends on if he's told her. Do you know what I mean? But I doubt it.
He wouldn't.
He's such a fake that he lives a really fake life. Do you know what I mean? Like to the world, he's like this really like good guy. Like on the surface, you'd think like, oh yeah, he's doing really well for himself. He's got a good job. Like he bought a property early. Like he's a high earner. He dresses well. Always a designer drip. Head to toe, whatever. You'd think on the face value, you think it's a good guy.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And that's what he uses to get by. But behind closed doors, he's a monster. He is a monster. When that mask drops, he's an absolute monster. He's going to church every Sunday, but you're going to church every Sunday. This is one thing he did as well. He went to church every Sunday, but Monday to Saturday, you're a demon. Do you get it? But on Sunday, you're in church at front row. Are you dumb?
Hey, he has to repent for everything he's done during
every week. You're not learning anything. You're going to church every week and not repenting and not learning. So don't go to church. And he used to hate when I used to say that. That was like my low blow for him. I used to say that like you go to church but you're evil. Like he used to hate when I used to say that.
What? Actually, was he actually being evil in the rest of those days?
Yeah, to me.
You.
He's been evil to me. The way he was treating me was evil. Do you know what I mean? And I know he's done other people dirty. Do you know what I mean? So he's just a fake fraudster. That's it.
Wow, I can see the passion. Wait, in terms of in life, is there anybody that you dislike apart from that person?
I do hate him. I don't hate anybody in this world.
You don't hate? Do you hate him?
I hate him. Yeah, no, actually, hate is a very strong word, but I actually hate him. Like I don't wish bad on him.
Yeah.
I don't wish bad on him. But I don't care what happens to him. That's how deep it is. Like because he didn't care what happened to me. And in that year and a half, he didn't care what he was doing to me. He didn't care how it affected me. Even before that, when he did what he did, do you know what I mean? Like he didn't care. So why should I care? Do you know what I mean?
The issue with any sorts of emotions, anyone that can make you feel any strength of emotion. That's why I feel like that's why he had kind of like had a hold on you because it was kind of like you said. The fact that he was able to make you feel so angry about what he did is the same reason why he was able to kind of finesse that into making you like him. Yeah. Because when someone makes you feel any extreme of any emotion, it can always be transferred into something else. One of my friends used to And apparently this term is called like negging.
Oh, what's
which
that?
is basically when you say negative things about a girl, like, and keep on saying negative, it can actually make her like you, because what tends to happen is you've made her feel sad, you've made her feel low, and now what tends to happen is she doesn't like those feelings, and now you're the person that controls her emotion to make her feel good.
Yeah.
Now she's looking at you for the validation in order to feel great about herself again.
That reverse psychology, boy.
Yeah. And apparently, well, he doesn't like to admit that he's done it before, but it's when I looked at some of his behaviors, I was like, yeah, that's kind of negative, isn't it?
Yeah.
But he's like, no. I'm not on
Is
it
that
no
actually a word?
Yeah,
So you didn't make it up?
I didn't make it up, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's called negging, as in being negative towards somebody. Yeah.
Okay.
And it makes sense because like, you're just over here minding your own business. Someone says, you look a bit fat. You're ugly.
Yeah.
And then you're like, rah. No, I'm not fat. No, I'm not ugly.
Yeah.
And now this person says you're beautiful. And now you feel
you feel like you need it. Yeah, you need the validation.
And it needs to come from them as well, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I actually hear that, you know. That's crazy.
So why didn't you decide to go down the podcasting route?
Do you know what? It's just I've never been more of a talker. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've been more, that's why I was quite excited to come here, because like, obviously podcasts are blowing up nowadays. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's the new talk show. Do you know what I mean? Before, back in the day, you'd watch proper talk shows like Maury, Ricky Lake, but now everyone's got, this is how people are interviewed.
Yeah, which is
Do you know
crazy
what I mean?
now.
It's crazy. This is the new way.
I'm shocked people listen to me.
Yeah, like, you get a lot of views.
No, I don't. I get an all right.
A lot of likes and views and...
Yeah, I get in terms of like YouTube, my numbers are... But for me personally, I'm shocked that people actually... Like, people DM me and say, oh my God, I love the
but you're
podcast.
good. You're good at what you do.
Do you know what? I feel like I have great conversations with people.
Yeah, you do.
And I know a lot of interesting people.
Yeah.
Yourself included, which is beautiful. You're definitely interested. You're definitely interested.
But yeah, thank you. But yeah, podcasting is not really for me. And I think because my sister is so big in the podcast world, it's like, I don't want to like...
Oh, you don't want to be Solange?
Yeah, basically, I don't want to be Solange to her Beyonce, do you know what I mean?
When she told you she was podcasting, like first starting out, as in, give me some insight into her journey as to what was going on, because obviously you're someone that would have seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
From her doing it to her doing it. Whether she likes it or not, she's actually like a legend now.
She's like, they're selling out like arenas.
Yeah.
And like shit
she's
like that.
a legend, like
She's
one of the first
amazing.
female ones ever.
Like, I feel like people in the podcast world need to put some respect on their name. The Receipts podcast, because they really started this. Do you know what I mean? They didn't start, obviously there was podcasts before that, but like making it like within the black culture, making it mainstream.
Podcasts, then as far as I'm concerned, they have to be like number one.
Yeah, and they've never been nominated for a MOBO.
Is there a podcast MOBO?
There is. Like, there was a category for best, I think, social media or podcast. There was. Last year, I think Shits and Gigs won it. They won it like last year on the MOBOs, and I was thinking, but they came after the Receipts. Why have the Receipts never been like? Anyway, maybe it's a new category. I don't know, but they still should have been nominated. Like, I think Madam Joyce was. Is that her name, Madam Joyce? I'm not that great with everybody, but like, they were in that category. I was thinking, where's the Receipts? Do you know what I mean? And I say to my sister, like, why are you not nominated? She's like, I don't know. She's like,
how does she take it?
I think they are thinking like, raw, like, it's disrespectful, but they know that they're doing so well. They don't need to really care.
And like, even like, for instance, in social media, for some reason, but I've actually looked into this. They're, in terms of like socials, like with the algorithms that come to me, I will never ever be fed them. Like, it never really gets to me.
Okay.
But when I go on Spotify and stuff, and if you look at the actual numbers on Spotify, they are like, they are humongous.
They're massive, but they're employed by Spotify, so they're doing.
Oh wow!
Yes, they're doing really well on Spotify. But I think now they're becoming more like known on social media. I think before they weren't.
No, they were no. They're still no. People know who they are.
Everyone knows who they are, but I don't think they were as active. I think now they're more on TikTok and like Instagram and stuff like that. But I think before that they were kind of just like. Just doing what they do.
Now there's only two of them. Why don't you join them? Be the third person. Be the third mic.
No. I let my sister do her. Like, that's her thing. She's really good at it. I don't want to like get in the way of that. But yeah, it's just not for me. But yeah, she's been doing it for 8 years, and
she quit her job.
she eventually had to, because it was just becoming so big and so, busy for her. Do you know what I mean? So she couldn't really have a 9 to 5 and also be doing this. Do you know what I mean? So this is her full-time job now. But I've just seen it from the beginning, like the grafting, the dedication, the consistency, like, she's just been consistent, like from day one. And I think that's why she is where she is.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
And how do you two's relationship due to the fact that obviously being mothers at the same time?
Yeah.
You reckon that's helped you in a way?
I think that really helps. That was one of the main positives for me. Having someone so close to me also going through exactly what I was going through. Obviously, we dealt with things differently. Like, I was, like I said, when it came to like getting help from our mum, I was more the needy one. Do you know what I mean? Which was kind of mad, because like before we would think it would be the opposite. Because I'm more of the tough kind of sister. She's more of the like, soft, like I'm just a girl type.
Funny enough, you were both, because your sister went to Brunel, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I heard that your sister was known to be one of the hotties in Brunel, which correlates with why I remember your name ringing around college times, isn't it? Yeah. College, early university times, isn't it? So,
I don't know why I don't know why my name was there, but yeah. So I forgot my trail of thought. What was I saying?
You being the needy sister.
Oh yeah. So it was nice to have someone that was so close to me going through exactly what I was going through. But obviously, we just dealt with things very differently. My sister's kind of the kind of person where she takes things in her stride. She doesn't really get stressed and anxious. Like me, I get really like, even now I'm a bit OCD. I feel like I always say to myself, I think I've got postpartum OCD, because you can get postpartum.
Is that a real thing?
It is, yeah. Like postpartum OCD, where things have to be in a certain order, otherwise I go crazy. But even like with my daughter, I'm quite like, I do take over a little bit. Like my partner kind of lets me, but I think I need things to be done a certain way. And I know sometimes he's thinking, chill, like not that deep. Like
at 7:01, she needs her bottle.
Literally, that's me. Like I'm like, her nappy needs to be changed at this time. Like this, even just the way her food is cut, and like. It's like, no, it has to be like this. Like, I'm a bit like, I think I've
developed. That's annoying.
I know, I must be a pain. I feel bad for him because he's so easygoing and laid back, and I'm just there.
But that's like, perfect for you, then,
cut
isn't
it like this. Do you know what I mean? But we need that balance.
Yeah, 100%, man.
We need that balance. So, so it was just nice to have her on the phone at 4 a.m. when the babies are not asleep. Like, we'll just be messaging, like, are you up? Are you up? Yeah. And like, what's going on? Like she's not sleeping. Like, and it was just nice to have that person at that time, because I would get the most anxious at nighttime. So as soon as the sun went down, that's when I'd be anxious. During the day, I was fine. Do you know what I mean? But it's that nighttime where
that will get me as well, because because obviously I haven't got a child I'm aware of anyway.
Yeah.
And like having a baby and you're holding it and you are responsible for it. Yeah. So when you told me, when you mentioned that, your mum left and stuff, I'm thinking, I kind of feel your pain, because it's like, this is a child that is fragile.
Yeah, tiny. She's tiny as well.
Like you could break it.
Yeah.
If you sleep near the child and roll over, there's something crazy can happen.
Exactly.
That would fuck with me mentally.
Yeah. But you say that, but when you become a parent, you just know not to like, even though co-sleeping is dangerous, they say you shouldn't co-sleep, but 9 times out of 10, like parents are gonna co-sleep because some babies will not go in their cot, especially for like the first year. They're not going in their cot. They're just not. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Most babies are not sleeping in their cot. So parents end up having to co-sleep. You don't have a choice. Like, otherwise, it's either co-sleep or no sleep.
I wouldn't do it because I think I can kill my baby. I think I can. I nearly killed my sister, you know. I don't remember. One time, I was like 13. My sister was like a baby at the time.
Yeah.
And then my mum, she was cooking. She wanted me to hold her. I wanted to go out and play with my friends.
Yeah.
My mum was like, oh, no, man. Hold your child. I'm cooking. Hold your sister. I'm cooking. So I'm holding her now. But I'm kind of tired as well. So I fall asleep holding the child.
Yeah.
And then my mum comes in and then she sees me. Was my sister face down, like over there in the corner while I'm sleeping. And then, like, my mum takes it. I was like, what's wrong with you? Like, you were sleeping. Takes the baby away. And I didn't cry, like, but tears start coming down my eyes. And I'm like, oh my God.
Was she crying?
She was crying. That's how my mum came into the living room. She was crying, but I couldn't hear it.
Okay.
And it was kind of muffled because she was kind of face down. And then I started crying like, wow, I nearly killed my sister. Yeah. So because of that, I'm kind of petrified.
Yeah, I hear you. So that kind of triggers you a little bit, like co-sleeping. Yeah. No, I hear it, like.
But not even the sleeping aspect, but just the fact that you are responsible for this child. This is yours.
This is your child. There's nothing you can do about it unless you go and give it up for adoption. And that's what I always say to myself, like, there's no way out. Like, do you know what I mean? This is your responsibility. So you're gonna have to just like be responsible forever until this child is like forever. Even when they become an adult, you're still responsible. Do you know what I mean? So
and if you do have another baby, how soon would you want it? Because
after I get married, I'm not having one before marriage because it's just going to postpone things more. Because having a baby has already postponed the wedding. Do you know what I mean? So if I go and have another one before that, I mean, I could because I have thought about it, and I thought if I get pregnant like next year, I could have the baby before I get married.
Next year, okay, yeah.
But then I'm going back to work. Do you know, I'm going back to work. Next week, actually.
Wait, so since the baby's been...
I've been off.
Rah!
Yeah, I've been off, 13 months now?
Oh,
crazy.
Wow. Now you must be dreading that.
I know, I'm not looking forward to it at all, because I've literally just been on maternity leave, like, just me and my baby, like, Monday to Sunday, every day, like, just chilling with my baby. Now I've got to go to work.
That's annoying.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not looking forward to
What's childcare saying?
Yeah, even that, like, my mum's going to help. And then when she's a little bit older, like a couple of months time, she's going to go nursery. So one of those day nurseries, but only for like maybe a day or two in the week. And then I'm going to try and balance it with working at home. My partner's going to be working from home as well. So my mum will be in and out and then the nursery. So it'll be like us at home, balancing it. My mum coming in because she's semi-retired. She retired about 2-3 years ago, but she still does like bank shifts because she's
same thing,
because she's NHS. She can do that, so she still works when she wants. So she'll be in and out, and then obviously the nursery she'll go maybe 1 or twice a week. I don't know yet, but my mum don't want her to go nursery yet because I would put her in nursery reluctantly. I don't want to. I would put her in like twice a week. Mum's like, no.
Some people go nursery at 3 months.
I know they take them. They take them from 6 weeks. You know,
I know 2 girls that own nurseries that take them early. I didn't even know it was possible that children could go.
I didn't either.
Who the hell's looking after this child?
I know. It's like they have like nannies and nursery nurses. But why would I go and give my 6-week-old to another woman?
Because everyone's broke.
Yeah, it's true though. That's what I'm saying. And some mums don't have a choice. Do you know what I mean? So it's like you don't have a choice. You got to go back to work. But luckily for me, I was able to like save enough money because I didn't even get like maternity pay proper like from work. I didn't get it from work. I saved my own, and then I've got a partner who's like in a good position, so he helps me as well. But I'm basically living off my own savings. Do you know what I mean? So it's time to go back. Time to go back. I don't want to.
That's so dead, man. What is her cousin? Not is her
cousin? Yeah.
What all that is her cousin? Yeah, that makes sense. Doesn't it? Is her cousin going to be? Are they going to be doing nursery together?
No, because my sister lives in South and I live in Essex.
There's something that can be arranged there still, no? Essex ain't that far from South.
It's not far, but taking nursery has to be close. Fair, it has to be close. It has to be convenient. I need to be able to drop her and get to the station with my partner, so I need to be able to drop her and go. Do you know what I mean? So going all the way to South is like going back on myself to then come back.
I feel you. So, do they know each other?
The thing is, right now they're still so young, so they kind of just stare at it's too funny. They just stare at each other.
But they're both one. They're both one then. Both one. 12 months and 13 months, isn't it? Yeah.
And they just kind of like size each other up. When they see each other, they're just kind of like...
I can't wait till they know they're cousins. That's going to be sick.
I can't wait till they can...
It's going to happen soon, isn't it?
Yeah. Start talking and communicating and playing and like getting excited to go to each other's houses and things like that. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, any first words? What was her first words?
My daughter, she's not really talking yet.
Is it? Like, what, is she saying anything?
She just says dad, 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 dad. That's all.
No, wait, so you're not going to give her dada? That's basically dada.
It's basically, but all babies say dada because it's easy for them to say it.
No, it sounds like you're just not trying to give dada the credit.
No, all babies say dada. Trust me, they start with dada, and then mum comes later. But that's just the first. She says dada a lot.
Has he claimed it already? As that?
Of course he has. Like, I'm like, no, all babies say it, please. But yeah, that's just the only thing she really says at the moment. But she can like respond to me. Like if I say come here, she'll come. If I tell her to like stop.
Touch her nose?
No, not that.
Oh man,
actions and stuff is something she needs to like get better at. Like waving, clapping. she wants to do it, but she just like hasn't got the confidence yet. So, but it's coming. It's I can feel it coming because she goes like that. Like she wants to do it, but it's just taking a bit of time.
And I saw, obviously, from your story, how she was watching Miss Rachel. Is she addicted to Miss Rachel as well?
All babies are.
What the hell is that about?
Yeah, when you become a dad, you'll see.
Yeah, no, but I've seen it. Like, I checked on my friends that have babies and stuff.
They all love Miss Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something in... I don't know what it is. I think it's her voice.
Or maybe the dungarees as well.
Or the dungarees and the pink top. I don't know what it is, but Miss Rachel is addictive for babies. I don't know what it is.
She's got them under lock and key.
Yes, she has got them in a trance. Like, as soon as they see Miss Rachel, they're just like... They
stop what they're doing, what?
They stop what they're doing and they're just like, oh my God, it's her.
Yeah, man, it needs to be studied.
But yeah, she's amazing. She's got me through some tough times.
Beautiful. Anyway, lovely. Thank you very, very, very much for coming on.
Oh, no worries. Thanks for having me. I've had a really good time.
So and the next time we're coming on, you need to bring the child as well.
You bring it? Okay, I'll bring
100%,
Yeah. I just didn't want her to be knocking. She'll be touching this and that. She'll go to that light. I'm telling you right now.
Then I'll give her something else to play with. Give her an iPhone or something.
She's still going to go there. I'm telling you right now.
What, to that one?
She'll go to every single one. That one. Especially those two lights, I know.
Wait, so you wouldn't be able to? There's no chance of her...
No, she's not going to sit there. She'll go through that door as well.
So maybe it needs to wait another, 3 or 4 months or something there.
Yeah, maybe when she gets to, 2.
Or just, 9 times out of 10, you can leave them with something. Or some food or something. I can put some
toys down, but the thing, even at home, she's got so many toys, but she'll still touch the kitchen. She'll go in the kitchen, open the drawers. She'll still want to go in the bathroom, touch the... She wants to touch everything but her toys.
Have you constructed some of these gates?
Not yet, because the way our flat is, we don't really need it just yet. But we're moving soon, so when we move, we're gonna have to get those gates.
What are you selling?
I'm gonna rent my place.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
cool.
And we're gonna live. He's bought a place, so we're gonna go and live there for a bit, and then and then eventually, when obviously if the family expands, and buy a bigger house later.
When the family expands.
Yeah. So,
beautiful, lovely for coming on, man.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much for having me.
By the way, you can take all of that shit.
Oh, no, I'm on a diet, sorry.
You're on a diet?
But, yeah. I'll take a couple. Do you know what? My partner might want these,
Tell you what's changed right now. In a different field, different lane right now. Now I'm in the mud, switching lanes right now. Passive income getting paid right now. Used to roll around with sinners, bulldozers and killers. Now we focused on figures. 3-course meals for dinners. 5-star suites and villas. Now the swag hit different. Cause the bag is different.
This can't come out.